So I enjoyed vlogging last week so much, but I'm working a part-time job this week where I can't take my camera with me, so vlogging in that way wasn't going to work. But what I thought would be really fun is to do a read with me in a week, so kind of giving you a rundown of how many pages I read of each book in a week, what books I'm actually reading at what time. Just thought might spur me on a minute, just to kind of I've not done a reading video like this. I've done lots of hauls and things, but less what I'm actually reading. So I thought I'd do that. The first book we're gonna dive into is Redeemed by Lauren Asher. This is the fourth book in the Dirty Air series. You'll have seen my little plaster friend in my the end of the vlog posted last week, so just ignore him. I have split my nail and I have yet to get to a nail salon to fix it, so we're just keeping it bandaged up. But the first book I'm going to pick up is Redeemed by Lauren Asher. So I read the first two books in this series a while back, and I have really recently finished the third book. And I've had this on my shelf for a while, so I'm gonna get into this one. I will let you know where I am with it in a little bit and kind of what my initial thoughts on this book is. But yeah, this is the book we're going to start with. Let me know in the comments if you have read this one before. I've literally only just finished the prologue. Like, I've literally just started it and I love these books. I actually really do. But this one, I was expecting to like this the least, and yeah, I'm literally 18 pages in. And I think Santiago is gonna majorly surprise me, so I'm 50 pages in, just tucked up in my blanket. Yeah, I'm 50 pages in. This book has got me smiling. I think it's gonna be heavy, and I think I quite like that in this series, that there's always there's something. So I think we're definitely gonna get some heaviness, which always makes when the romance starts building to be the best. I believe it's fake dating, so probably gonna be like a slow burn, which isn't normally my thing. But the last book in this series, Wrecked, was also slow burn, and I ended up really enjoying it. So I think I'm gonna get a bit of slow burn fake dating in this one. So yeah, 50 pages in so far, loving it, and I will update you more later. Monday and I read 173 pages. I get through these things way too fast, so that is 172 pages, 173 pages on day one of this readathon, read with me, whatever I'm going to call it. So I hope you enjoyed. Hey, welcome back to day 2 of my read with me for a week. I had so much fun doing this yesterday, just cute little clips and stuff, so excited to carry on and see how many books I get through this week. I read 173 pages of Redeemed yesterday, so Goodreads says I'm about 40% of the way through. So I'm going to carry on reading some of this and I will let you know how I'm getting on in a bit. Has me blushing. Honestly, I think I mentioned it last night. Or no, it's on my Goodreads. I literally said, I'm kicking my feet giggling at this book. This is fantastic. Reading stint of day 2, and I've just read 104 pages of Redeemed, so I'm now on chapter 32. This is literally like one of the best. I'm bowled over by how much I love this book. Knowing me, I'm going to finish this tonight. Like this much. I'm probably going to finish it because as soon as I've had dinner later, I will just be curled up in bed reading again. So I will let you know if I do finish it. But I am just sat here smiling to myself like an idiot the entire time because Santi, the main guy, is so cute. And Chloe's giving badass energy, so it's giving me 5-star feelings at the moment. I think I've still got like 40% of the book to go, so I'm not gonna say I'm set on a 5-star rating, but it is giving me the 5-star feels at the minute, so we will see. Evening read time with some bakewell tart and my Spotify playlist. So on page 342, I'm gonna cry if this does not go well. Chloe and Santiago deserve so much more. I hate when I'm reading and I can tell what the conflict is going to be. I don't think it's going to change how much I'm loving this book, but I'm not a fan. Not a fan. I think this book is going to hold a special place in my heart for a really long time. I can't believe I put off reading the rest of this series for so long. Honestly, I actually teared up, and I don't cry at books very often. I cry at films really easily, but books take a lot. I started to tear up. There were certain quotes in this that definitely caught me. If you haven't picked up the Dirty Air series, I highly recommend it just for this book. And while they're all like individual romances, if you were to read this one first, you would ruin all the other books in terms of the couples and things. So I do recommend the whole series, but even if it was just to get to this book at the end. I may even go as far to say as I may go back and tab this. Yeah. I'm an F1 romance girly. 100% a new 5-star for me. So that is that one for now. And I'm done reading for the evening because it is 10:30 and I'm kind of ready just to stick on some mindless YouTube for a bit. I will check it back in with you tomorrow when I decide what our next book to read this week is going to be. Night. Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm very excited to read this one, so looking forward to getting into it. Currently 76 pages into Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, so my second book of the week, and it is just as good as everyone said it was going to be. I was worried that the hype was going to be a bit much and it was going to be disappointing, but so far it seems really cute, and I'm eating it up. I've heard lots of people say that it's like really true to life and quite a realistic romance as far as books can be, and I can definitely see that, so I'm hoping that continues to be a thought throughout. So that's the first reading stint of the day completed, but I will definitely get some more done later, and I will check back in with you to let you know how many pages I've read today. But yeah, if you haven't picked up this book so far, I'm very much recommending it. Second reading stint of the day, picking up on chapter 8 of Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, so I will catch you up in a bit. Such a sweetheart. Oh, a little golden retriever energy that I eat up. So I realised this morning that I didn't really film anything last night. I didn't really tell you guys how I was finding the book. Nothing. I felt really unwell last night, so I was reading, but I didn't really have the energy to then pick up my phone and I didn't feel good, so I didn't really want to record. But still not feeling my best this morning, but I've got a shift at my mum's nursery. But I've done a bit of reading this morning. Sorry, I'm absolutely knackered today. I did a bit of reading this morning. Still loving Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. It's really cute. So yeah, it's going well. I think Bo's an absolute sweetheart. So I will let you know a little bit later on how it's actually going, and I'll try and give you some more detailed info on what I'm liking about the book and stuff. But yeah, apologies for last night's clips being fairly limited. I'd have liked to give a little bit more reaction as I read certain things, but that just wasn't happening yesterday. So we'll go with it and move on, and I will try later on today to give you a little bit more of an interactive feel when I'm reading the book. But we're on day 4 of my read with me. Today is Thursday. These two are so adorable. Like, I'm on page 347, and I love this book. I've not done much videoing of myself reading this evening because I don't feel very well. So I've just kind of wanted to do it in private, but yeah, I've not got much left of this. It's so good. I'm so glad I gave into the hype and bought it, and I think I may buy more of her books. I really like her writing. Really like it. I'll try and do more of a check-in with you tomorrow. I'm sure I'll finish it tomorrow and pick up another book. Apologies for the lighting, but just chilling in bed with my little book. I think I'm done for the evening now. I'm gonna curl up, probably go to sleep, and hope to feel better tomorrow. Night night. Morning. So, excuse the wet hair. I showered and I am just letting it air dry today. But I apologise for the last couple of days not really checking in. I've kind of let you know what I'm reading, but I just haven't checked in as much because I haven't been feeling very well. But I feel better today. So I thought I'd give you a bit of a rundown as to where we are. So I'm still reading Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I am currently on chapter 32, page 348. So I've only got like a tiny little bit to go. So I'll probably finish this today. Now, this is the first like pregnancy trope book that I've ever read. It's not that I was against them, I hadn't picked one up. So this is the first one that I've kind of gone for. And this is going to set the bar for this trope really high, and I know most aren't going to be like that. I just think the way that they've connected and they've communicated through the entire thing has been insane. Like, there's a whole scene where they're like, you can tell that they both had a bit of a freak out about just a situation. I don't want to say too much, but they both had a freak out about a certain situation, and rather than letting that build and letting that completely blow out of proportion, like I feel like most book couples or book people do, they were like, no, we're not going to do that. Apologies. So rather than like letting it blow out of proportion, they were like, no, we're going to discuss this, we're going to really talk about it. And they like both explained their feelings and then came to a conclusion that suited them both, and I just find it so healthy and really, really enjoyed it. So yeah, I'm absolutely adoring this. Love Hannah Bonham Young's writing, and think I most definitely will be picking up some more of her books. So let's get back into some reading, and I'll probably check in with you maybe when I finish. Yeah, we'll see. I never thought someone buying a bath would be as cute as it is. And apparently a greenhouse. One by one, he slots tiny bunches of white flowers between the strands of my braids, his eyes concentrated as he fixes them precisely right. If a man ever braided my hair and then had flowers to put in it. I wasn't aware anyone could be that sweet. All finished. Honestly, that was really cute. I'm not sure what I'm going to rate it yet. You'll probably have to wait and find out in my October reading wrap up, because I'm not sure. I'm going to wait and see how much I think about it, because it's giving 5-star feelings, but I'm just waiting to see whether it sticks with me in the way I think it's going to. So yeah. But honestly, if you've not read it and you think pregnancy tropes are never done well, then I highly suggest picking it up, because this was done well. This was done fantastically. And I think it would really help anyone who's not sure on pregnancy books, like the pregnancy romance trope. I think it would really help you feel way more comfortable with it. I now have no idea what I want to read next, so I'll probably pick something up later, but I will let you know once I decide what I fancy reading. But yeah, that is book 2 of the week complete. Hey, so I was like dressed up all nicely this morning, went out, got my nails done, so no more plaster because my nail's now fixed, thank God. Did some book shopping. You may or may not see one of those books I bought in this video, but I'm going to film a book haul soon as well, so you'll see them. They were quite surprising book buys for me, so we will see. But yeah, I haven't actually got any reading done today, and I didn't do any last night. I actually had a movie night with my parents, so that didn't finish a little bit later on, so I just didn't get to any reading yesterday. But I'm probably going to curl up now for a little bit, and I'm going to start a new book, so that will be super fun. Also, we just need to take a minute. Look at how cute this is. I'm a little bit obsessed with bees, because if you know me, I'm the biggest Magnolia Parks fan you've ever seen. So, little bee happy bookmark. I saw it at the checkout in Waterstones, and there was no way that I was leaving without it. So, little addition to my bookmark game. So, just setting you up. Just me setting my iPad as like a little placement just for 2 seconds while I talk to you. So the book I'm gonna do now, it's not one of my new ones. Okay, it's new. It's not one I bought today. this is the Pumpkin Spice Cafe by Laurie Gilmore. And it's currently raining outside, so to me this just feels like the perfect opportunity to start a book like this. So it just looks so cute. Like, you can't tell me that that is not one of the cutest covers you've ever seen. So I'm going to give this a go because I really want to read it while it's still October. My other books can definitely wait until November, whereas I really want to get this one done. That's why I bought it this month, so that I could read it this month. So I think very small town vibes, Stars Hollow-esque, I think, is kind of the idea. Romance, and I believe it's a bit spicy, but I just think it would be a super cute read after reading Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young, which was phenomenal. Like, it was incredible. If you've not read that book, I would 100% recommend that you do. So I am going to get stuck into the Pumpkin Spice Cafe now, and I will update you in a little bit as to how I'm finding the book. Friendship group seems really cute so far. I love escaping into fictional friendship groups. Therefore, Logan's grandma is making me chuckle. She's quite funny. His mention of loving chickens quite as much doesn't sit well for someone with a phobia of birds. Me. I have a phobia of birds. So you'll have seen last night we started the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Today is Sunday, so it is my last day filming this read with me for a week. So I don't know whether I'm going to finish a third book this week. I'm not like aiming to or anything like that. I'll just continue reading the book at my pace, and if I finished it then I'll let you know, but if I haven't then it'll come in a wrap up at some point. But so far I'm really enjoying it. I think it's really cute. So I'm going to do a bit more reading now, and I'll update you in a bit. Third person books, like this one's written in third person. That normally isn't my vibe at all, but I think this one has been done really well. Like, I actually feel like I'm getting to know the characters, and I think that's what I worry about in third person books. I'm not going to get to know the characters well enough because, like, you're not in their head, and it usually feels a lot more like surface level. But this not giving surface level. I feel like I'm actually really getting to know these characters. So Laurie Gilmore has done a very good job of third person. So if you were apprehensive about the book because it's in third person, I don't think you should be. I didn't know it was when I picked it up. I hadn't really read too many reviews or anything, so I didn't know it was in third person. So just started reading it. I was like, right. But then carried on. So if you didn't know, it is third person, but I really think you should read it. Hey, so welcome to the end of my first ever read with me for a week. It was really fun to film. I enjoyed the vlogging style of video that I posted last week, and I kind of knew that I really wanted to give a more vloggy style video again a go, but I wasn't doing anything particularly exciting this week, so I didn't. Vlogging just my life in general probably wasn't going to work, so this read with me style video I think really worked and I really enjoyed it, so please do let me know what you thought of it. But yeah, so today is Sunday and I have read or shown you what I've read for 7 days. I have now finished 3 books, so as much as Sunday's not quite over, I'm posting this video tomorrow, so I just thought because I'd finished 3 books I probably won't pick up another book until either really late on tonight or I won't pick another one up this week. It's just going to depend on how I'm feeling. So I thought I would end this video now and give you my kind of opinions and thoughts on the books I did read this week. I've checked in with you throughout, but I just thought it'd be really nice to give you kind of my ratings and just maybe how many pages the books were, so you kind of get an idea of how many pages that I picked up and read this week. So I started this week with Redeemed by Lauren Asher, and this is the 4th book in the Dirty Air series. This one follows Santiago and Chloe. Santiago is Maya from our first books, brother. These are all F1 romances, but this one in particular takes place not as centred on the F1 track as all of the other ones. This was my favourite book in the whole series. I gave it 5 stars. I was giggling, I was tearing up, I was enthralled by these characters. I'm probably going to go back and tab some of my favourite quotes eventually, because there were quite a few when I was reading it that I was like, and they kind of like made me feel giddy, so I want to go back and tab them so that I've got them for later. So the first book I read was 470 pages and I finished this in 2 days, so it's 470 pages in 2 days. If you've never picked this series up, I highly recommend it. I believe Lauren Asher is more known for the Dreamland Billionaire series, but I certainly think you'd be missing out if you didn't give these books a go, even if it was just to get to this one at the end. I absolutely adored it. It was a 5-star read for me, and this is probably going to be a book that I recommend so much. The extended epilogue at the end, giving you a really cute feel to all the other characters that we've seen throughout the books, and seeing them all together. This series has a really good sense of found family, a sports romance that's really fast-paced with the F1 aspect, as well as some really cute backstories to our different couples, but Santiago's I think was definitely my favourite, so like I've said, 100% give it a go if this series isn't something you've picked up before. I then picked up Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. This had been an anticipated read of mine for a little while. I'd seen loads of people talking about it, and knew that I wanted to get my hands on it, and when it arrived I knew that it wasn't going to be too long before I picked it up. Bo and Winfred, or Win, were absolutely adorable. This was such a healthy romance. I think the communication skills, the problem solving, just the way that they kind of, I guess the way that they went to work through what was obviously like a massive thing. So if you don't know, this is a pregnancy trope romance, a one-night stand that ends in an accidental pregnancy. And I know often the feelings on accidental pregnancy books are not the best, because they can be kind of, I don't know, I've stayed away from them, not purposely, but they've just never drawn me in because so many of the reviews on the books just aren't that great. However, the reviews on this all said that this kind of changed a lot of people's opinions on pregnancy trope romance because of how healthy they were. It still was an escapism in terms of it was still really cute. They're near a beach, it's a little bit coastally vibes. They're both adorable, the disability representation, so it's still kind of like it is still a storybook, but it's just a realistic romance where you didn't feel like you were watching two people who are grown adults and should be able to communicate. I find that is one of my biggest pet peeves, when you're watching two characters that are like in their 20s, and I'm like, how do you not know how to talk about your feelings? Like, the miscommunication trope is probably one of my least favourites, but it appears in so many books. It didn't here. There was a few moments when you're like, oh, are they gonna? And no, they just took it out. Hannah Bonham-Young knows what she's doing. She knows how to create some really likeable characters, and I cannot wait to pick up some more books that she has written because I absolutely loved her writing here. This was the first book of hers that I've ever read, so I'm very much looking forward to getting into more of her writing. This was also a 5-star read for me, so first 2 books were starting off fantastically this week. And then the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. This one literally arrived on the day that I finished Out on a Limb, and I picked it up that night. This was the most perfect autumnal October read, so I was really glad that I got it in before October finished. Like, literally just finished it this morning, so I was really glad to get that in. It was just cute. This was a 4-star read, so it wasn't quite a 5-star, but it was absolutely adorable. I was worried that it wasn't, I don't know, I'm used to a lot of the books that I've read recently have been a lot longer than this. And I was worried, oh, are they gonna have time to build up the romance? Like, I'm not sure. Like, insta-love doesn't really do it for me. I want depth. Laurie Gilmore managed to give me depth to each of the characters, and I really felt like I was getting to know them, even though it's a third-person book, and I'm not big on third-person writing. I actually felt like I was really getting into it. I got into the characters' heads, and I felt like I was getting to know them and getting to know Dream Harbour, and kind of like the friends in this are really cute. So like the friendship group that we're talking about, and I'm guessing the people that the other books are going to be about, because this is book 1 in what is going to be called the Dream Harbour series by Laurie Gilmore. So I'm guessing the friends that are in here are then going to get their own books, and I can already see like the pairings that it's going to be from this book, and I really like that. Like, I'm looking forward to then seeing their dynamics. So I will 100% be picking up more in this series when it comes out, but I don't think we'll do any more until like midway through 2024. So I'm not like, it's not going to be anytime soon that I'm giving you another Dream Harbour book, because they're not out yet. So they were the 3 books that I read this week. Really enjoyed them all. 2 5-stars and a 4-star, so I think that that is a pretty good reading week all in all. Really enjoyed it. Let me know if you've read any of those books, and let me know which one of the 3 was your favourite, or if potentially any chance my reading vlog this week has convinced you to maybe pick up any of them. I would love to know. I've got a few other videos planned that are super exciting, so I'm looking forward to getting those filmed and edited for you. But yeah, once again, thank you so much for watching my video. I would absolutely love it if you left me a comment. Let me know what you liked, or constructive criticism. As I've said before, I'm definitely up for that. I'm new at this filming malarkey, so please do give me any feedback. But please do leave me likes, comments, and I mean, if you are interested in watching an amateur book, and if you're interested in watching an amateur booktuber grow, I would absolutely adore you to subscribe to my channel so that you can catch up with me again in a future video. But bye for now. Thank you so much for watching this cute little autumny read with me for a week. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye.